On this week's episode, we are going to talk about our personalities in a whole new way.
People are always inventing new ways to track your personality, and we are going to do a bunch of them.
Oh, we love this kind of stuff, so stick around.
Hello, and welcome to Rare with Flair.
The podcast where two best friends with the same rare disease are out here living our best lives. I'm your host, Casey.
And I'm your host, Cassandra. Hello,
Yay!
world.
Hello, world. Welcome back to our show. I would wish you happy Valentine's Day, but by the time this airs, it will be over. So I guess I hope you had a good Valentine's Day.
Had a nice Valentine's. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is the 12th when we're recording this, so it is not yet Valentine's Day for us.
It's not yet Valentine's Day for us, but we were talking on our last episode about our amazing episode we made 4 years ago about, I believe it's called Life, Love, and Dating with a Disability. And we're going to go ahead and
that is what it's called. Well
that's
done.
what it's called. We're going to go ahead and promote it, even though we haven't heard it since we made it. And we hope it's still good. I don't know. But
we'll have to come up with some other philosophies on dating as we've aged as well. Because
yes,
I think I've changed the ways that I have approached dating, as I had said in our last episode, but not at the core, but I think on the surface, if you will.
I think we're gonna have to do a whole new app about that then, because 4 years, it's been a minute.
That's a long time.
We're gonna need to revisit that. So stick around, people. If that's not for this episode, of course, but stick around to our show every other Tuesday. Is when we post, if you don't know that already. And, you may see something about our dating lives. Who knows? We'll let you know. Perhaps.
How have you been, Case?
I've been very good. It's been extremely rainy this week.
I know. Today was a kind of a disgusting day outside.
It was it was disgusting here too, which is funny. We do not live in the same place, but it was disgusting here. But it's been good. Last week went to Wicked for the 5th time. I
got it right. I was telling someone how many times you had seen Wicked, and I mentally counted quickly, and I was like, I think she's seen it 5 times.
5 times. Yes, it is still in the theater if you're wondering. But it is on streaming now too. But I dragged my boyfriend there because he hadn't seen it before, and I forced it in the theater because the sound is important. You can't just watch it at home.
No, it's not the Dolby Atmos blah blah.
It's not right. Actually, this was not Dolby Atmos either because it has been in the theater so long. It was just stuck in a crappy random room in the back, But so that's my week, and that's the last time I'm going to see it in the theaters. So
are
that's,
you sure?
I mean, I think it needs to be the last time. However, Wicked for Good coming out this November, babe. This November.
Is that what the part 2 is called?
It's called Wicked for Good. It is. It is. I'm not prepared at all.
Amazing. Yeah. Wow.
Not prepared.
For those who are joining us newly, Casey is a Wicked stan. It's because
I'm a Wicked stan.
She studied musical theater in college, so we have to give it to her, first of all. But second of all,
right?
You've been a Wicked stan since it came out, in the theater.
Yeah, and I'm a loyal person. You know what I've noticed about myself? Not to go off on a long tangent, but I'm a loyal person to my fandoms.
Very much so.
If I had a fandom when I was 10, I'm not leaving it behind. I'm not I'm too old for that. Which, a lot of people I feel like grow out of Wicked or grow, whatever, which is fine because it is it is very good for that age range of 13,
True.
I feel
it is kind of coming of age in a sense.
It is. But if I'm a fan of something, I don't leave it behind. I'm a fan forever and I will stand. I am there. I am there front row.
That's so real.
After talking for 3 hours, how have you been?
I've been good. The weather is kind of meh, but it's not as cold as it could be this time of year. So, not too bad. I feel like I've been really busy, but it's not with anything that interesting. I've just been really busy with life stuff, like with work and chores and the choir that I joined that I've mentioned to you guys, which is super fun.
I feel like you've been busy at work and socially lately.
I have, in a good way. There's just been like a lot going on, but none of it's like flashy. Like there's not much.
You got your knives sharpened.
I did get my knives sharpened. It's actually so nice. I made some chocolate chip cookies the other day, and I was trying to cut up a bar of chocolate, and like I had to rock my chef knife back and forth to cut this chocolate. And I'm like, I gotta get these knives sharpened. Ooh. But I changed the locks on my front and back doors, and by I
makes
mean,
it
like,
sound that when you say that, it makes it sound like
I got broken into,
or like you have someone that that has a key to your house and you wouldn't need to change the locks.
No, I know, right? It's not like that. It's just that they were super, super old and needed to be replaced. And
it's a gorgeous replacement.
It's so nice. My parents helped me out a ton, and it was actually like a huge pain. So I'm really glad that they were there to help me.
But they're like fancy. They
have like keypads and stuff. I feel so safe.
And stuff. You're so safe and fancy.
Thank you.
So yeah, you have done some exciting things.
I've done some
these are the adult excitements. Sharpening knives and new door handles is very adult.
I'm telling you guys, I lead a thrilling life.
Thrilling. I think it's thrilling.
Thank you.
It's thrilling to me.
Someone's gotta.
Yeah.
I like it.
More thrilling than seeing Wicked 10 times in the theater. I don't know.
I mean, I've had a lot of fun, but it's just been like doing some low-key stuff, which has been good. And I feel like I'm making like vision board progress, still like prioritizing sleep.
I think so. You know what's funny about my vision board? I feel like I'm doing like so incredibly well on some of them, like be above and beyond amazing, and then other ones like complete failure, like completely
has not gotten off the ground.
There's like my other vision board last year, I feel like it was more even. Like I was kind of evenly doing a lot. This one, it's like either amazing or failing. Like I can't, like I need to. It's not great. It's not great.
I love it.
But
hey, it's still February, so we have time.
You're right. We do. But it's going to fly by.
Okay, so if you guys have been around for at least a little bit, you guys know that we really like personality tests.
We sure do.
We've done so many, like, at least 2 or 3 other episodes on personality topics.
We have, and we even did the Style Roots one, which is kind of in the personality realm. And actually, quite a few of you liked that. I got some like messages from people who really liked that episode. So thanks. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's not for everybody, but the people it is for, you liked it.
Hey, that's awesome. I love that. And I just think it's fun. Some people are really anti-personality tests, and we've talked about this on every one we've done, but we just think it's fun, and it's a good time.
Every single time I see one of these on Instagram, I send it to Cass, and I'm like, relevant to us, like every single time, because I know she's going to appreciate this weird
And then we have like a dialogue about it, about like where we fall.
Every
and
time.
Yeah, it's
we
amazing.
Still, you guys, we're not going to talk about the Enneagram on this episode, but we still deconstruct everyone's Enneagram, whether it's a real person or a fictional person in our lives. Every person we come across, we are deconstructing that Enneagram.
We're thinking about where they fall, and it is,
and they don't know. They don't even
information.
Know that. It's very important, and they don't even need to know what we think. But like we tell each other what we think, and that's all that matters. So
that's all that matters. Yeah.
If you know us at all, we have done this about you.
We've probably done this for you.
We have. It like you're welcome.
And it truly does like help you.
It helps.
Know
helps
people
me.
better. Like I feel like I can have a better idea of, you know, why someone acts a certain way in a certain situation because of what motivates them.
Yep, it does.
Love it.
Even fictional characters. It's so fun.
So real.
So fun.
Like,
so real.
Speaking of fictional characters, as a tangent, we are almost finishing watching our next cartoon. So when we've got another 5, we'll do another cartoon episode, which I know that you guys are waiting for with bated breath.
Oh, beta breath. We know. We get 8 messages per day just begging for another cartoon. We should maybe just change the name of this podcast to like Rare and Cartoons.
It really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it really does. So the things we're going to talk about today are very strange. Maybe the strangest personality episode we've done before, but it's like these Instagram reels there are these trends where it's like, which one are you? And some of them have gone pretty viral, and they're just silly and they're fun. And I feel like we know each other so well and we know ourselves so well that like we can easily peg like each other into these
for sure.
boxes. We love putting ourselves in a box. No.
I mean, we kind of do.
But we kind of do. We kind of do. Should we start off with the first
Yes.
one? Okay, so this is like the most recent one we found, okay? Apparently, Cass, everybody falls into one of these three categories. You are a knife, a fork, or a spoon. So the way it was described, we're not going to get this totally right, but the knife, really strong personality, really strong person. The fork, pretty strong personality too, pretty like, how did they describe the fork?
They said
like,
it was kind of like a little more diplomatic,
go-getter.
a little more balanced.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
they know where the line in the sand is and they have their boundaries, but they're not like as aggressive.
Right. And then spoon is kind of like nurturing, softer, that kind of thing.
Sentimental.
So that's the first one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. If you know us, guess along at home. I feel like yours was a little harder to pin down, but we'll say what we thought. But mine, I think it's pretty obvious. I'm a spoon.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm a
I saw
spoon.
that and I was immediately like, you are
Immediately.
1,000%.
I even knew I was a spoon before the girl explained what they meant. I was just like, I'm a spoon, for sure. Like, yeah, even before they explained it.
Yeah.
And you and I landed, I won't say it, I'll let you say it, but we landed on the same decision for you, which might not be what the audience is going to assume.
So, I mean, all right, Enneagram comes back into play, right? I'm an Enneagram 8.
Okay.
It's the challenger. They're known for being pretty assertive and possibly a little bit aggressive. And I was like, at first I was like, well, maybe I'm more of a knife. But then I thought of myself in like different situations. And I was thinking of like myself at work. And I was like, oh, but at work I'm a fork. Like I am for sure a fork. I work with other people that are like knives. And they are like really forceful people. And so I get told a lot like, oh, I really like working with you. Because I work in accessibility, and I heard someone once say that people who work in this field kind of have to be a little bit angry because we have to like make change. And so, you know, I try to be fair-minded and work with people to try and make something that's both accessible and works for the team that's building it. But like, you know, all of that to say, I think that I can be fair but also without compromising too much. I was like, I think I'm a fork.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I thought you were a fork as well. And I don't even really know your work personality, you know, or like your work life.
My work persona is kind of different, but still similar.
Knives just felt a little too cutthroat for you. You do have a softness to you too. And it almost reminds me, not to go back to a whole other personality thing, but it reminds me of how people might assume you're a Slytherin, but you're actually a Gryffindor.
Right.
For Harry
that's
Potter.
So true.
And I think that's where this comes in. Is like you might want to, your gut instinct might be knife, but really I think you're a fork. Yeah.
I am. And that's like, I'm kind of proud of that because I'm not like, I have ambition, I have desire to grow, but at the same time, I'm not a mastermind. I'm not 10 steps ahead. No. I'm not like, I'm kind of just living the moment and reacting accordingly.
You're not going to push people down to get where you want to go. And I think that's kind of knife-ish, you know?
It is. Like what people like to think of like a corporate mogul, or if you're like working in a cutthroat field that you have to do that, like you kind of have to be a knife.
You're too laid back for that.
I am.
I feel like those people are not laid back. You're laid back
they're always like on.
Yes, you're not. Yeah. So I think it has to be fork. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. This one was pretty common in the summertime. And it was, okay, are you an American Girl, a Barbie, a Bratz doll, or a Polly Pocket? And so
this might be my favorite one.
I like that there are 4. I like the multiple options. It's fun. Okay, so they were saying, let's see, like American Girl is kind of like crunchy, kind of hippy dippy a little bit, a little like bookish. She likes to commune with nature. She can be a strong girl too. And what I think
a little more cottage core, like a little more like homegrown values, like vintage,
That's perfect. Then there's like Barbie is more, she's like the it girl. She's kind of got it together. A little bit more conventional in her like wants and desires, but like she's got it going on, right?
Yeah, I see Barbie as like social, fun, has a good career.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Barbie is that girl.
Barbie is Taylor Swift.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
And then there's like so like Polly Pocket. She's kind of like Barbie, but she's a little more like fun and bubbly. Playful. I'm thinking like Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, like more, not childlike, but has more of the playfulness and
she's
like
fun
like
and
quirky,
flirty
more
and
quirky.
flouncy.
I feel like Barbie's not quirky. Barbie's kind of like a little more basic. And I think
like conventional.
Polly Pocket, conventional.
And that's okay.
More like neurotypical Barbie, Yes. And Polly Pocket is a little bit more like, I'm going to do weird fashion things and be a little, yeah.
She's a little neurodiverse. And then Bratz is kind of exactly what you think. She's like a party girl. She's sensual. She's confident. She's Charlie XCX.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a knife usually.
Yeah, she's a knife. Yeah, 100%. Yes, I really like this one because I think because we played with a lot of these dolls as kids, that is the vibe they give. Like these people are not just making this up. It's like, yeah, that is that doll. Like that is
right. And like those were their clothes. Those were their accessories.
Absolutely, yes. I would say I am like without a doubt 1,000,000,000,000% American Girl.
You are like so much easier to peg in these things.
It's
funny. Not that you're not like a complex person though.
No, I kind of know what you mean. I don't know why.
You fall super cleanly into like some of these. Like it's just like, this is a perfect fit.
But American Girl, I want to ride my horse. I don't have a horse, but like if I had a horse, I would want to ride it. I'd want to like have some tea time.
I want to
like bake. I want to read a book, and I want to live in like a cottage with no electricity, even though I actually wouldn't, but I like the idea of it, Like I'm over here, like I'm watching Anne with an E, and I'm like, I want that life. And I'm like, I really don't, because like modern medicine.
That actually sounds really hard, but
that sounds terrible. But American Girl, the clothing they wear, the vibe, love their dresses, love the floral patterns. Kit Kittredge, my idol, like, love obviously. It. And I know, like, obviously you're I feel like out of all these dolls, you're the biggest fan probably of American Girl.
I do.
But that doesn't necessarily,
growing up.
It doesn't necessarily mean it's like you're
the doll that you liked
like
the
we're
most.
not saying which doll we like the best. We're saying which one is the most like our personality.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also have some of those traits, of course. You like to bake and things like that. Like we're not just, it doesn't mean we're not like any of the others, but
exactly. And I think that I'm probably a Polly Pocket.
I think so. I think Polly is so fun, so quirky.
She's fun, she's friendly, she's experimental.
Yes. Okay, my dog is crying at me. Sorry, everybody. I think we all have a little piece of a lot of them. Like I see some Barbie in you too, and I see some American Girl in you. But yeah, I think Polly Pocket. Like think of like where she lives. Like her house is so fun and colorful, and
she like lives in a seashell. Like it's cute.
She's like an Enneagram 7 if I ever met one. Like, literally. And you're an 8, but you have a strong 7
I do.
wing, and like she's just more fun than Barbie and more quirky, and I think Barbie is a little too like basic for you, but
she's a little she has more conventional tastes, and I like to think different.
You're not like other girls.
I'm not like other girls.
You're not like other girls. But yeah, I think
I can
Polly is
chew
super
on
fun.
the clothes.
I don't think, yeah, exactly, of course. Which just goes to show we're not neurotypical when you say something like that.
It's so funny. Like, I just have to, like, take a moment and, like, honor that the internet really brought that to light, that it wasn't just, like, a handful of people that found the really gummy Polly Pocket clothes fun to
love
chew
that.
on.
Oh, I feel like we can, like, tie that into, like, blind girl sensory fun, too. Like, you know, of course we have to bring our disability into everything we do.
It's always
Okay.
relevant.
It's always relevant, but you know, like, who doesn't like a chewy little rubber? I can still taste it. It had a certain like taste, like it almost tasted like chemicals.
Oh, I know. It was nice.
It was nice. And I feel like Bratz would be like our last for both of us, but I mean, we could have some fun. But
you know, we enjoy hanging out with friends, and I like there was a time and place for me to like go out and be with friends, but I feel like that
summer.
Right. I feel like that time also has come and gone in my life, and that's like it's also because I'm aging, you know.
Right. The Bratz are probably 18, like they're not old and crinkly.
And there's some people who really still enjoy that, and there's no judgment for it. I just feel like, you know, it wasn't necessarily a core part of my personality.
Right, right. I'm kind of pissed Monster High is not on here because you know I'm a spooky girly.
I know. Well, and like the dolls are so cute, and it's like so perfect for your vibe. Like,
I know. Even though I still feel like I would personality-wise be American. I'm not like a spooky. I love spooky stuff, but I'm not like a goth personality or anything.
No.
I'm too soft for that. I'm too soft to be monsterish. Like
it's more like witch in the woods in her little cottage in the middle of nowhere.
Right. Yeah, but I still feel like I'm American Girl, like straw hat babe, you know,
Absolutely.
like I'm wearing a straw hat.
Absolutely.
So, love that. Love that. Okay. The next one actually is not really personality. It's more looks. You're right. Why am I more easily pegged in this stuff? What is that? What is that about? That's weird.
I feel like
this one is so obvious. It's so obvious.
It's
too,
so obvious.
Yeah, it's so obvious. Okay, so apparently, according to Instagram, which is always factual,
always,
every woman falls into one of these 4 categories. You're either bunny pretty, fox pretty, deer pretty, or cat pretty. Okay, so we got bunny, fox, deer, cat. I think it's obvious. The only possible answer for me is bunny. I'm a bunny. I literally couldn't be any of the others.
Right, bunnies have like cute,
I have a circular
adorable
face.
Round features. Casey has this adorable round face. And not that like, it's not that she's like, you're not like fat, but you just have like, you have a round head.
I have a plump face.
You have a plump
I have
face.
a very round.
You have a round head, and
I do have a round head. It's very
cute,
circular.
And your
Well, thank you.
like eyes are cute, and your features are like cute, and they're proportional to your body. And you know, Casey's not super tall. Like she's like, what are you, like 5'1", 5'2"?
Yeah, 5'1".
Okay, so like it's all proportional, but like it's so sweet, and that's part of the annoying reason people continue to think that you're not your actual age, which is incredibly frustrating.
True. I think you're bunny pretty if you are more often called cute than pretty, or cute than sexy, or cute than beautiful. Not that I'm like saying I'm not beautiful, because that's rude to myself, but like I am. It's a cute kind of
absolutely
thing
beautiful.
going on. I'm the bunny. It's the bunny thing. And speaking of bunny, I call my dog Bunny, and he's just sitting here crying at me because you know, he's a little irritated right now. But
Poor
we're
baby
gonna
got
ignore
his
him.
teeth cleaned, and
he's had a procedure, and he is not in a good mood. Anywho. Okay, for you, it's a little more complicated, I think.
Yeah, it's harder. So like I have a longer, more oval shaped face, which I feel like feels deer.
Yes, I would say deer.
I feel like usually when you think of a deer, you think of like giant eyes, and I don't think my eyes are much bigger than the rest of my face.
Uh-huh. They're like proportional.
They're proportional, right? But like,
yeah.
I feel like I think of like Zooey Deschanel in New Girl, that she has like enormous eyes.
Yeah,
She looks like a deer. But I don't think
bit.
the other two really like fit me though, because to be a cat, you have, a little bit sharper features, but
yeah, you're not a
still
cat.
small.
I don't see cat. I would say either deer or fox for you, but
Yeah, I think
deer
fits better.
You are like tall and slender too, and I feel like that's like very gazelle, like deer.
I know,
You
I
have
have
like this
really
like
long
model.
legs,
It's like a model quality about you, where like their gazelles are like graceful.
I also have like a very long neck. Like it works with the rest of my body, but it feels
right.
kind of deer.
I think that's like deerish.
Yeah,
like
I think that
I don't know.
works.
When I see, it's kind of like the elegance of the deer. Like when I see a deer, yeah, you have that elegance to you, that grace.
So basically, what are we? We're basically Bambi and Thumper.
I'm gonna buy you Bambi and Thumper art for Christmas.
It's like something that would
funny.
fit perfectly in your home too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Why don't you
No one would
have that
to
in
know.
your home? Actually,
Why don't I
like-
have that in my home? And no one would have to know it was
Maybe-
like us. Like I could just be like, oh, it's a cute little deer and bunny. I do have deers and bunnies
I think
somewhere.
I should
I
buy
have-
you that.
I do have bunnies and foxes art downstairs though, for sure.
That's true. That's so true. But yeah,
And
like
probably
Casey's got
bunnies.
like
I
her
think bunnies,
woodland
too.
creatures. It's cute.
I think I think bunnies, foxes, and deer I have downstairs. And
But not cats.
I need to look
because
through.
you have dog art.
No, I have dog art. Right, we don't do the cat art at my house, so I don't have cats. But okay, I like that.
Okay. This is fun. I love these. Okay.
Yeah, I feel good about our answers.
I
feel
think
like
so.
we're doing a good job. If anybody disagrees, we're sorry. We can't hear you, but
Okay.
we can't hear you disagreeing.
If you have completely contrary thoughts, you can send us a
Message
message.
us. Yeah.
Okay, the next one is a little bit combination looks and personality, but I think
Yes.
it's kind of more looks. So this one I really like because it makes me think of Casey because it's like mythological creatures.
Oh, I love it.
So you're either a mermaid, a vampire, a witch, or a fairy. And this one is
Okay.
very obvious for Casey as well.
Again. What is that?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
So
You know what I think it is?
What?
I don't know. I think my looks kind of match my personality.
They actually do.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's what
they
it is.
super do.
Okay, yeah, maybe that's what we're getting at. I don't really know. I think like with me, like what you see is what you get. It's like
That's fair.
I look soft and I am. But so I guess we can start with me since it's easier. I would have to be a fairy, obviously.
Yeah. There's nothing else.
Little Tinkerbell, little fairy.
She's and like fairies have some like a little bit of spunk to them, you know. So
Little bit of
Casey
spunk.
isn't
Well, you know,
exclusively
Tinkerbell-
soft.
Tinkerbell can be
Tinkerbell
a little,
is kind of
little
feisty.
brat.
Like, she's a
She can be a
brat.
she can be a little feisty brat. No, it's not necessarily, fairies are not necessarily soft. It's just kind of the look of them is like a
Yeah.
softer, like when I had my pixie cut, I
Yes.
felt like I was trying to be a little
so
fairy.
Tinkerbell. It was so cute.
It was fun. It was
You're-
a fun
like,
time.
fairies are small and
Yeah.
lithe and like feminine and
Yeah, feminine, generally happy if they're not being bratty, generally.
literally.
Like, they have little wings. They fly around. It's cute,
They're
glitter.
fun
I don't
and-
know.
and
I think
quick
feminine's a
and-
good.
yeah.
They are feminine for sure. Like that's a good way to put it. If you hear once again, I'm so sorry to be a broken record, but if you hear something in the background, it literally is my dog crying, and I don't
I'm
know
so
how
sad.
to.
Poor
I don't know how to
babe.
stop him. So if you hear that, that's what it is. But yeah, for you, this is where we get a little.
See, it's hard.
it's a
It's
little
hard, but I
complicated.
think
I think we've
I have
landed
an
on it.
answer.
Yeah, I think we have an answer.
I am a mermaid
I agree.
because
Yeah.
they're like kind of like tall and like I'm
Yes.
pretty tall and slender and
Full lips.
yeah, like
You have like thick hair.
and I'm actually like
And you're growing it out.
so it's gonna it grows fast and it gets long. So
Like if you put some like
Yes.
glitter in your hair and like dress and did the makeup and like dressed
Yeah.
as a mermaid, it would really suit you. Like
yeah.
like I could do it and look cute, but it would suit you.
And like,
does that make
you know,
sense?
thinking of you're so right. And thinking of even like Ariel, you know, she's a redhead,
Yes.
but like she's really fair,
Yes.
and that also
Yeah.
like really works for the whole look of it. And yeah, so I feel like that works. Cause
Your
I
eyes
just,
are even like your eye color is very like ocean mermaid,
like, really like very light blue gray,
light blue. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I don't necessarily like the beach or even
That's
swimming
funny.
that much, but
That's
like,
true.
but I think
That's true.
the look feels
The look.
right because I also
look
don't
feels
think
right.
that also process of elimination. The other two don't necessarily work for me because I
No.
think vampire like sharper, darker features.
Yeah. Vampire's too harsh for you.
It's a little
Your
and like
features.
they've got the paleness though, but.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
that's
then
true.
also like which is I feel like that I am thinking of from like media. They might have also like one really strong feature like
That's
a
true.
bigger nose
Bigger
or
nose.
like bigger eyes or something, or like a dimpled chin or something. Where like I think most of my face looks like pretty proportional, like it's kind of all like it all seems right with itself.
Yes, I agree. I think and I thought mermaid before you had said it too, like about you. I think it fits. It took us a little longer to get to that conclusion.
I know.
But it fits. It does
it
fit.
really
When you
works.
think about it, it's like that works. You just gotta,
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
It kind of
There's
makes me want, it makes
more
me
thought
want you
involved.
to do like a mermaid like cosplay or something, because I
know,
think
right?
it
That'd
actually
be
would be
really fun.
really cool. Like, and do
know.
your hair like crunch, like scrunchy.
Oh yeah,
curly.
because I have some of the like waves.
I kind of like want this.
I know. I'm really excited for my hair to get longer by the summer because I think that it'll like become better beach waves.
Mermaid girl summer.
Mermaid girl summer. I'm gonna like. I started playing with my. This is a total departure, but this is like kind of what this episode is about anyway. I between like Casey and my mom and other girls that have hair with more texture than mine. I don't have straight hair. I have like a little bit of wave to it. It's not super curly, but I've started playing with
Yeah.
curly girl hair, which I think I talked about in an episode last summer. But when the weather gets warmer, I might try that again. And now that I have more hair,
Yes, you should,
think-
because
I think it'll work better.
but because it's not, your hair is not like necessarily like the tight ringlets. It is more the beach wave look.
It looks like
the-
beach waves, yeah.
It looks like that, and so it looks mermaidish. Like, have you seen Aquamarine?
Oh my gosh! It's been, I haven't heard that in forever.
There's a movie called Aquamarine, and her hair reminds me of how your hair could look when it's longer. Like, it's like blonde
when it's longer and like scrunched.
beach waves. Yes, blonde
That's
beach
true.
waves.
Because your hair
She's
is
a
like a
mermaid.
tighter natural curl.
Yeah, it's not ringlets though either. It's kind
It's
of
not.
I don't know
It's just I think it's
Yeah.
a sharper, tighter wave.
yeah, something like that. There's like there's different. There's like A, B, C, D. There's like different
think
letters for the curl.
You're
or
like,
something.
yeah, I'm like B something, and then you're like
Okay.
like C1 or 2 or something.
Yeah,
it's not
probably.
C3. I
Yeah.
think is like a full ringlet.
Yeah, right, something like that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a good time.
Our next one, getting into foods. Actually, this is our last one. Shed a tear.
Wow.
But getting into the foods here, we have lemon, lime, orange, and grapefruit. And I do feel like this one you actually do make sense in this.
I
like,
think this
yours
one is like
easier.
a little easier for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to explain each of them? Kind of, do you remember
Okay.
like what they were saying?
Yeah. So like, and I might use like things that we've talked about before on this
Oh, yeah.
episode to make it even easier. Because I think lime is kind of like a Bratz doll,
Or like a knife.
or like a knife, right? That makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes. Totally.
Grapefruit's a little quirkier. But like, okay, so like lemons are, they love kids, but they're like sweet but sour, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Like a fork
they're-
a little bit. Like a little in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. Exactly. Grapefruit, she's like a little bit of an acquired taste. Like she's posh and refined, super sarcastic, like well-traveled, but she's just like not for everyone.
Okay. Yeah.
And then an orange is like, you know, lemon might be sweet and sour, but an orange is like a spoon. Like she's sweet all the time. She's like, let's watch the sunrise. She's cute and fun and like unironically loves like fun girl things, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I think based on if you've been tracking with us, right? I think you're definitely an orange.
Yeah.
And it is the real kind of was like, it's like golden retriever.
Oh.
Which I don't necessarily like. I don't know if you're like complete full on golden retriever because
I'm not extroverted enough to be a golden retriever, but I see the point.
It's more like more like loyal, friendly.
Yeah. Like I enjoy. I love
enjoyable.
life. Like yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah. I have fun. I get excitable about.
Oh, for sure.
things.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just not. I'm not
so
extroverted.
glad that you're a friend that gets excitable about stuff.
I know. It's so fun.
And I think I'm a lemon.
Yes, I think so.
I have some grapefruit qualities, but I think overall I'm a lemon, like sweet and sour, like a little bit balanced,
Yeah.
fun, kind of like a fork, right? Like it's enjoyable. Lemonade is fun. People tend to like it. There is like I am not for everyone, but I don't think in a way that's a little more aggressive, like a grapefruit.
Not in the way the grapefruit is. No. And the lemon kind of fits your aesthetic too. Just like,
It
I don't know. I
does.
think of
I
like
love
your
yellow,
tart
and it, like,
business.
feels
It's like
super
yellow and the lemon and the lemon tarts and it just like makes a lot of, it fits you.
It, like,
the yellow.
it really,
you have
like,
a lot of yellow
works.
in your home. It just works. It just, the lemon is like, when I see a lemon, it's like, yeah, that's you.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
grapefruit
cute because
doesn't
like the
feel right to
real
me.
that this came from is like a lemon and an orange are probably more likely to be friends, and then like a lime and a grapefruit. And I'm like,
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
us.
I can see that. It's us. It's us, girl. I can totally see that. Love that.
So fun.
We were like looking for more and I couldn't really find many more. So this is me asking our audience, like, please, if you have more of these fun little things.
If you see
we
these
eat this
reels
up.
online, you should definitely send them to us. We could do a little
Message
part
it
two.
to the Rare with Flair Insta.
Yes. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. We love this kind of thing. We're always trying to deconstruct ourselves and each other.
It's so funny.
And it's fun because it feels almost like a little like friendship test too of like, I think you're this way, you know? Like,
yes. And usually we agree with each other. Like usually
Yeah.
it's like, I think you're this. And it's like, yeah. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah. I love that. Yeah.
It's so fun. And I guess, you know, in an interest to not have this episode be super short, how's a brief, what are you into lately? Even though we already kind of talked about some of that.
That is a great question. I've been reading a lot of great books. I just finished a 30-hour audiobook, or maybe it was 31
You finished it.
I finished it. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
11/22/63 by Stephen King. It was very, very good. 4 stars. I wouldn't give it a full 5, but not because it wasn't worth, like, I feel like the writing was 5-star worthy. It's just I star things based on just my like personal
Of course.
you know, like toward it, if that makes sense. So that's great. Really though, I haven't been into like any TV shows or new music lately that I can think of. So I don't know if I have the best answer for this at the moment, but maybe if you answer, I'll.
Have you been anywhere that's been fun or unique? It doesn't have to be like unique, period, but just like new to you. maybe.
I went to the coolest place ever tonight, and I actually haven't even told you about it, so I'll tell you about it now while I'm talking to the audience. Okay,
Yes.
It was a ramen place, and the whole wall of the ramen place looks like honeycomb. And I need to send you a picture because this isn't going to make any sense maybe to any of you. But you know how honeycomb is like an octagon, a hexagon?
Think
it's one of the
a
gods. Hexagon. So the whole wall is like hexagons, and there's stairs, and the seat, it's a restaurant, and the seats that you eat in are inside these honeycombs. So you like go up the stairs and there are people under you and above you and stuff.
Oh,
and it was the coolest thing. And you're like in a little like pocket. You're in the little honeycomb.
That's
thing.
kind of neat.
And it was so cool. And in the honeycomb, you have all these buttons. Like you click a button for the waiter, you click a button to pay, you click a button to like whatever. And then they have this big tree in the middle of the restaurant with all these wooden plaques hanging from it, and they give you one at the end with markers, and you write your wishes and dreams on this like plaque, and then they hang it on the tree for you.
Wow.
So I'm not going to reveal
really
what
unique place.
It was great. I need to send you a picture. I'm not going to reveal what my wish was on the pod.
Well, if you do, it won't come true. So
exactly, that's true too. Well, I told everybody at the restaurant though by hanging it on the tree. But it was lovely. I went with my friend Susanna, and we had a great time. So I need to send you pictures. I know the audience can't see it, but just imagine it. So that is like probably a new favorite place for me. The food was incredible,
and she got asked to be a bridesmaid.
A bridesmaid, yes, in the wedding, and to just, continue
plug
to
our own content. I was about to do that.
I'm proud of that episode. We made a really good episode. I believe it's called Here Comes the Bridesmaid, being in a wedding with a disability or something like that. I know the first part is Here Comes the Bridesmaid. I'm proud of that episode. We talk all about being in a wedding and all the different ways our disability may or may not impact but
it's a really niche topic, but that
it's a very niche topic, but it
requires a lot of thought though. If you're ever in a wedding,
does.
It's just something that honestly you should probably know, because there are just so many things to do as part of your bridesmaid duties.
So that's a fun one. If you're not planning on being in a wedding anytime soon, it's still a fun one to listen to. So I would love to hear what you're into. I think I know one of your things you're going to say, but I'm still itching to hear.
So as far as music goes, actually I haven't really told you much about this. So my family has been deconstructing the new Bad Bunny album that came out in January. And it is overall very, very good. I'm not a huge fan of rap, hip hop, and by that extent reggaeton. But a lot of what he did on this record is just really, really beautiful. A lot about his own relationship, but also a lot about Puerto Rico. And it was just it's musically so impressive. He worked with students on the island to help produce this and put the music together for it. There's a lot of wonderful Caribbean influences music wise. There's salsa and plena, and it's just interwoven with your kind of classic reggaeton kind of beat.
That sounds like something I would like.
It's really, really good. I feel I think you'd like it. Obviously, it's more meaningful if you even are Puerto Rican. It's not even just if you speak Spanish and can understand, but also if you are Puerto Rican. And there are a lot of things that, because I am Puerto Rican, but I'm not from there. I grew up here in the U.S. There's a lot of things that I don't really know about either that I've learned from a lot of Instagram reels and content creators that live on the island. So it's just really, really cool, and it's a fun thing to deconstruct with my family. So that's been really fun.
Yeah, you have it. See, we're telling things to each other we haven't even told each other. So it's this is a real conversation, you guys. Not that our other stuff
you guys
is
are
not
actually
real,
hearing this first.
This is hearing what we would actually be saying to each other on FaceTime. So
no, seriously, it's so fun.
That's fun.
And then let's see. I've rewatched a good amount of TV. I watch a lot of TV while I'm like multitasking and doing chores and other stuff. But I recently rewatched Seinfeld, and I love Seinfeld. It was just really fun.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm currently, I'm sure I'll finish it pretty quickly, but I'm currently rewatching Steven Universe that we watched together, and I've seen it before even without Casey, but Casey was the one to introduce me to Steven Universe, and it's just such a good show.
It just gets better every time.
It really does.
It just
really
does.
It's so it's funny and quirky and silly, but also very heartfelt and
has so much heart.
Artistic.
There's so much heart.
Oh,
and the story is good, and the music is good, and it's comforting.
The animation
and
is
everything.
good.
There's just so much to say. It's just a gem. It's a gem.
It's a gem.
There's
so
gems in the show. I didn't even mean to say that, but it is. It's a little gem of a show.
So good.
You make me want to rewatch. She keeps messaging me over and over. I'm loving it. I'm like living for the discourse. So but I also am like, you're just making me want to watch it.
You should, perhaps.
I really probably should. And the episodes are so short, you can kind of...
They are so short. Like, you can kind of blaze through it if you have it on in the background. So
if we haven't convinced you to watch it yet,
it's lovely.
Now's your chance.
Lovely little show. But yeah, what else have I done? I made some cookies recently.
Yes. With your knife, or you?
Before I sharpened my knife.
Before the good knife. Yes, right.
But they were pretty solid. Yeah. Oh, I made a cheese ball for the Super Bowl. I was pretty proud of it.
Oh, you did.
I love a cheese ball.
Love a cheese ball. Who doesn't?
I don't know, and I would be disappointed if people didn't for non-lactose intolerance reasons. Like, come on, cheese ball.
Right. Come on, cheese ball. Get on it.
But yeah, no, it's been a nice chill time. I don't think I've gone anywhere new though. I don't think.
Yeah, well, it's that time of year. It's kind of a hibernation time.
It kind of is.
We are in the
cozy
gross
time
weather.
Of year.
It's a cozy time. I try to enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. Yeah. I'm not wishing it away yet. I'm still enjoying my winter wardrobe, and Yeah.
Yeah, me too. The amount of layering is so fun. I'm gonna really miss it when the weather gets hot.
I'm gonna miss it. I am gonna miss it. I love my winter clothes. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it, man. Yeah.
But I think that's most of it.
Yeah.
It's been a nice chill time,
I think that was a fun time. Hopefully this was kind of a chill, fun episode for you to just laugh along with and not think too hard. That's sometimes our goal on this show. Sometimes we get deep. But
yeah, right. And potentially sort yourself into those personality tests.
Yeah, it would be hard to listen to this and not wonder what you are, I'm assuming. So hopefully you figured out some things about yourself as well.
That you
Very
are,
important.
in fact, a witch and also
and a Bratz doll,
And a Bratz doll.
Yeah. I mean, we'd like to know your combination. I feel like these need to be a combination in themselves. Are you a bunny spoon fairy? Yeah. So yeah, we need that. I'm sure there's a million combinations you can make.
Perfect.
Yeah. Well, we love you all.
We love you guys.
Have an amazing rest of your time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.